Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Your Healthy Ascension with me, Melody. Today I am talking about healing crisis and detoxification symptoms. So what is a healing crisis and what can you expect when you first start detoxing? That's what we're going to be discussing today in this video, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so if you are new to detoxing, you might have heard some horror stories about the dreaded healing crisis. You might not have, and you might have no idea what I'm talking about. So with this video today, I'm going to be breaking down the detoxing side effects and what you can expect when you first go through the process of detoxing to heal your body. Now, I'm gonna go into my personal journey with my first detoxification just so you can get an idea, and then I'll probably read through the different categories. There's about 3 different cleansing side effects, which are also known as detoxification symptoms, or could be called a healing crisis, as your body is healing and it seems like your symptoms are getting worse rather than getting better. So there are mild, moderate, and severe or advanced stages to the body cleansing itself. Now, my personal experience, just to break it down, when I first started detoxing, I knew about kidney filtration and wanted to achieve it. So I decided to go on a 3-day all fruit fast. So I was eating nothing but fruit. And from there, I decided to go onto a 2-day juice fast, a 1-day water fast, and then a 24-hour dry fast. Now, to break that down a little bit further, the very first day on eating strictly fruit, nothing but fruit, is when I started to experience my first detoxification symptoms. Now, I didn't really expect it to happen so fast, especially just 1 day on fruit, but that night is when I really experienced it. So when I went to bed after eating nothing but fruit all day, I was in bed and started having shooting pains up my arms, my legs. My body started sweating. I had night sweats all night long. I was kind of shaking and experiencing just, the shooting pains of my body beginning to clean itself. And the sweating was just purging toxins. So the very first night, just 1 day on fruit, I was already experiencing detoxification symptoms. This is my body cleaning itself. Now, I wanted to see if my kidneys would filter. So the very first thing in the morning, I peed in a jar. And if you haven't watched that video, go back and watch my kidney filtration video. But you put the jar in the refrigerator and check to see if your kidneys are filtering properly. So during this first fast of mine, I was checking every morning and seeing if there was any sediment in my urine for kidney filtration. So from the 3 days of fruit, every morning I was experiencing, different types of body aches and, releasing. Then I went on the 2 days of juice and into a water fast after that. After the 2 days of juice, I noticed that my tongue was completely coated. It was white, and that is one of the detoxification symptoms that shows your body is starting to heal in the gut area, getting rid of some of the bacteria or the yeast and fungus. Your tongue starts to be white. It looks like it's coated, but it's not really coated. It's just all the taste buds are white. So that is a detoxification symptom. After After that, it took me all the way to get through the water fast and a 24-hour dry fast. That next morning, after dry fasting for 24 hours, when I checked my urine, boom, that was the very first time I had sediment in the bottom of my jar, which signified kidney filtration. So that was my first time achieving kidney filtration. I was so excited. It did work. It just took some discipline and going through my first series of fasting to be able to achieve my body purging acidic waste out of my urine and kidneys. So that was really exciting. Besides the pain and the sweats and the white tongue, I didn't experience too much really detoxification symptoms besides all of that for my very first time. But as I continued on with my journey of eating more fruit, sticking to a fruit diet, doing more dry fasting, and doing long juice fasts, I definitely started to experience more of the quote unquote healing crisis or detoxification symptoms. One of the main things I noticed on one of my longer 21-day juice fasts was acne flare-ups. My lymphatic system was starting to purge, and so I noticed I had tons of little tiny whiteheads and pimples all down my arms, down my whole back. My whole back was breaking out, and down my arms where you normally don't get acne. It was very interesting. Also, I had an eczema flare-up. I had been suffering of dyshydronic eczema for a long time, which had been subsiding during, all my fasting and fruit feasting. But at the end of this last one of these 21-day juice fasts, I got giant blisters started to pop up on my other hand where I usually never had the eczema. So that was a healing crisis where it looks like my symptoms are returning, or even worse, because I had never had blisters that big before, but it was actually the body purging itself. So these are just some of the things to expect when you start detoxing. Your body can look like it is getting worse. It can completely flare up in acne. You can get rashes. You can release mucus, tons of mucus. On one of my longer dry fasts, I released a mucus plug, and my stool was completely white, which was very interesting to say the least. But your body will start purging a whole bunch of things, and it can seem like your symptoms are getting worse. This is when we want to ride through those worsening symptoms and continue the detox so that your body can push through and heal that. Now, I hope I did a good job of kind of explaining what to expect. I want to just read through some of these mild, moderate, and severe detoxing symptoms so you can know what to expect, because it can be anything from loosening teeth, losing hair, all the way to flu-like symptoms, complete body aches, vomiting. So I'm going to read through this, and that way you have an idea of what to expect. So some of the milder cleansing effects can be, like I said, cold and flu-like symptoms, low-grade fevers, coughing with or without discharge, clear and yellow mucus discharging from your nose or throat, minor aches and pains, mucus in your stool, mucus in the urine, loss of energy. You can get very tired, fatigued. Your energy might go through the roof. You could get rashes and itchiness. Disease symptoms can increase temporarily. So that can be like your symptoms look like they're getting worse. Mucus from the eyes, that's often very common when discharging, when your cells are starting to get rid of mucus around them. You'll notice you discharge here more, you can clear your throat a lot more. You can get mild headaches, blurred vision, minor vertigo, where you get kind of disoriented or dizzy, weight loss. You can get the chills, your emotions can run high. You can have, crying spells, anger, laughter, nosebleeds, rectal bleeding, and sometimes blood in your urine. So those would be categorized as the mild cleansing effects. Some of the more moderate cleansing effects, if you're going deeper, you can have symptoms of bronchitis, pneumonia, heavy discharges, green to brown mucus from your nose and your throat. You can have pains in your joint, heavy discharge from your kidneys, old flare-ups of pain in older injuries, minor paralysis of limbs, chronic fatigue symptoms, nosebleeds, spasms, asthma, emphysema, COPD, shortness of breath. You can temporarily increase tumors if you're working on healing a tumor. It might get larger before it starts to get smaller. You can have sores appearing on your skin, oozing of substances from the skin around the hands and feet, bruising, weak muscles, breakdown, heavy mucus discharge from the eyes and ears, vomiting, diarrhea, cellulitis, which could be clumping, a dizziness or vertigo, heart palpitations, loose teeth, minor abscesses in the mouth, migraines, higher fevers, deep coughing, depression, anxiety, emotional releasing, heavy thoughts, lack of clarity, feeling uncertain or not, very just unmotivated or despair. Your skin can split open where heavy toxins exist, excessive itching. Your mercury tooth fillings could be pushed out by the body. Rectal bleeding could even happen. And if we go to the stronger, the more extreme detoxing effects, you could experience paralysis of parts of your body, black mucus discharging from the lungs, heavy brown discharge or blood in the urine associated with kidney pain, heavy black discharge from the bowels with diarrhea. Tumors can pop out of the body. They can actually come out through the skin. You could lose your sight, hearing, severe dizziness, severe fatigue, abscesses developing through the mouth. You could lose fingernails or toenails, excessive weight loss. This can result with pancreatic weaknesses, being malabsorbed, severe shortness of breath, temporary deep depression released with crying, anger, laughter, mental confusion, again, your skin cracking open, teeth becoming really loose and wiggly, and old suppressed symptoms like poison ivy can reappear. So not that many people do experience the more severe healing crises or detoxing symptoms, but it's very helpful to know that those are possible, and especially what you're working with. If you have a severe case, say a tumor or cancer or psoriasis, some of this stuff could come up more. The skin is amazing that it can actually push tumors out through the skin. So our bodies are miraculous, and I'm hoping that this video can help you understand what to expect when you first detox. There are things that can be scary, but at the same time, knowing that it's coming from a place of your body healing and repairing itself is the key to keep pushing through and continue on forward on healing yourself. So if you have questions, please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your feedback if you've had any healing crises or experience detox symptoms, let me know. We'd love to hear about it and share. But yeah, if you would like clarification on anything, also leave that in the comments. Thank you so much. Until next time. Ciao.